everyone, it's 3D Printing at Home. I'm Mike. Here we are again. We're putting this original Prusa XL together. I've got the base put together in the other video. The next video would have been the Core XY. All right, so what we're going to need is we're going to need the earthing nuts, which are basically little brackets to hold the side panels on. We're going to also need these extrusion rail nuts that we put in before. And we need the M3x8 panhead bolts or screws, whatever you want to call them. We have a package of 40 of them in the package. And then we're going to need our, looks like 2.5mm Allen key. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to install these into the rail, and I'm going to turn this so you can kind of see it better. One's going to go here, one's going to go here, one's going to go here, one's going to go up here. I'm going to put this one in first while I'm kind of explaining everything. All right, that's going to go there. And we're taking this guy and we're installing it like this. Put our screw in. And I'm not going to tighten it fully down yet, because we want to be able to move them when we go to line up the panels. So that's where that one's going to go. I'm going to put the rest in silence and give you guys a break from my voice. Okay, we got the two sides, both sides done. Now they want us to put two more. One. Now I'm trying to. Okay, one here. I don't know if you can see this still. You can't. It's very difficult to see. And one over here. So one up in here at this rail. Let me tip this up for you. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, you can't see it. So let me move this camera for you. Okay, so up in here, it's gonna watch out for the screen. Up in here, right here. This is where we want to put that other nut. One there, and one there. So now we have this bag with these, what do they call them? Cover clips. So we're going to install the cover clips into the rail. I just need to know where. I'm going to test one out just to see how it works. I'm assuming we put that in and then give it a little twisty twist. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so we got these clips. Figured out where they were supposed to go. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are going to go. I'm going to face this way, so everybody can see. All right, that looks like they're going to go here, 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 here. And they're a simple insert and twist. Following step. Then I need the rear panel, 354 millimeter extrusion covers. So here we go again, identifying extrusion covers. Rear cover, we got those. We got the rear cover right there. And M3x8, we need 10. 10 more. 2, 6, oh my gosh. 4, 6, 8, 10. Ah, almost perfect. All right. Next. All right, now. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull these covers off. And then lift and pull. That's amazing. All right, these ones are enough. All right. So I'm going to pick this up. Well, that's the table. Pick this up to here. Slide, slide. Slide it on here. That was still too high, I think. That worked out, kind of. Until I got cables stuck in there. All right, you want to make sure there's no cables stuck, tucked anywhere between there. Let's see if we'll line these up. Okay, so I did miss one of these. There's 2 on this, on the inside here. So we're gonna just flop that in there. And yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna turn this around and I'll put the screws in the back, and I'll show you where they want the earthing clamps. Earthing for people in different places, they call it different things. In the U.S., typically it's called the grounding, but earthing, grounding, it should make sense, but I mean, sometimes it's not clear. If you don't know, you don't know. I mean, there's no problem with that. So now we're just going to snug everything up, and I'll show you where the earthing screws go. Let's make sure everything's snug, because you want to get everything lined up before you tighten anything. Get it lined up, get everything settled where it wants to be. Make sure nothing's pinched. Make sure all the wires are back here and not stuck in between. And then you have potential to cut the wires, have a short or whatever. So make sure everything was clear. Okay, we're gonna show where the earthing. So there's one here, and then there's one. Reach around here, right here. So that basically grounds and protects this back panel. And the same thing for these side panels. These side panels, you got multiple earthing grounds or earthing connectors here to help ground side panels to the rest of the machine. In case there is a short or whatever, your protection. It all has to do with safety and protection, which is an extremely good thing. So now we're going to move on. So as of right now, back panels that we pulled off, put these screws in and put these panel on back here. We're going to leave these covers off because we're going to have to run wires. There was a trough back here that we pulled off and the cover for the controller. So we're going to leave these covers off because we're going to plug in a whole bunch of stuff. Like I did before, we have to get these wires put back in this channel on the extrusion. Probably could get away with trimming this cover back here, but I'm gonna try not to. Like it was built like this and it was engineered like this, so I am just gonna go with it and see how it turns out. I think that taking like a millimeter or two off wouldn't hurt it, or a few, but actually I'm wrong because that fits nicely now. It's a fight down the bottom, but you might have to take that bottom cap off the harness to get it to go in. Now I take the tape off. That is beautiful. That is amazing. So, show that down. So, this cap, it might have been beneficial to pull this cap off and feed this on, but what I did is I put it in the top, left this boat out, tucked it in here, pushed it in, and just kind of worked it in. And it's fitting nice. I'm really enjoying that. That is awesome. So now what we're gonna do is the other side. The other side is gonna be easy. The other side, one cable. I almost wish that the control had two cables coming off. It could have come down both sides, two separate connectors, and then came up here to the connector, and it would have evened out where the wiring was. And it probably would have been easier to keep the wires in if you kind of split it up. But that's engineering a whole different harness. That's a lot. It would have been convenient, made it assembly a little bit easier. Two levers on either side of the electronics box. Slide out the top lever on either side, gently lift the splitter board out of its slot. Oh, that is scary. All right, take the PE cable, locate the PE instantly. Fit that PE fastener on the main electronics board, sandwich board. Slide All right, so I gotta locate the connector for the PE. It's gonna be hard to see, but it is down in here, just below that PE board, right in here. I know you can't get a close up of it. Behind and under this board on the what they call the right side. So the side opposite the warning label of the machine of this board, you're gonna find that where that cable goes. Z motor cable, yellow label Z, LED light cable. Okay. So this is weird because no, it's XY. And this is Z. This is Z. So you want to locate the Z access cable. I'm gonna need the flashlight because I'm kind of blind. All right. X, Y, Z. Z. X, Y. So these cables are actually labeled. I didn't say that. I didn't. So they get little label tags on them. Little tags. So this one says X, Y, and this one I just installed says Z on it. So you don't have to sit there and figure it out. That makes life easy. That was awesome. I'm assuming that this is my LED lights. But we're going to look into it. Oh, yes. So it looks like our LED light goes here. Right there. You gotta make sure the orientation is right. Do not force these in. All right. Now we're going to put the ribbon cable. Plug this bad guy in. Oh, yeah. Carefully. Carefully. Do not want to bend any of these pins. If you find that you can't just easily push it in, reset, try to just easily feel, and then you'll feel it kind of drop into its hole, and then give it a nice little push. We're not going to start jamming it in there. All right, now we move to the other side. This side's going to be a little bit easier because we've just did that side. All right, we're going to zip tie our cables. Yep, we have little zip ties, and we have little points on the back here. There's little loops in here to zip tie to. So let's start. All right, so we got our cable ties. Came in the kit. Same thing, we don't need them all at the moment. So we're just gonna kind of get out what we need. So right now I need 2. Grab 2. All right, so it wants us to put the covers back on. That looks. Okay. I find that weird. But I didn't design it. I'm not the designer. I have a feeling we're going to be taking this off later to wire the extruders. I should probably look at that. But as of right now, I think that's it. Is that a thing? No. As of right now, we're just gonna put this on like it says. Not be careful not to pinch any wires like it says. There we go. They are here. So, and it keeps falling down. Stay. All right. All right. Now, the tricky part. So, bear with me. All right. Now. All right. I got those two in. Leaving it at that. All right. So we got our base put together. We got our XY assembly put on. We've got our back panel on. This thing is coming together real nice. So I'm going to end this video here, and we're going to do the next step in the next video. So like and subscribe, and catch you next time.